Falcons injury news just flipped in a huge way. And after weeks of frustration, questions about depth, and fans wondering how this team could survive another setback, the Atlanta Falcons finally got a triple dose of good news heading into Week 9 against the New England Patriots. Now, this couldn't come at a better time. Atlanta is headed into their crucial part of their season, and for once, the updates coming out of Flowery Branch aren't all doom and gloom. In fact, if you looked at the latest injury report, you could argue that the Falcons are getting healthier at just the right moment. Now let's break down the 3 biggest positives from Wednesday's practice report and why each one matters so much for the Atlanta Week 9 matchup. Now first, the headline. Storm Norton is back. And he's not just back, he's competing to start. Now this is massive news. Norton had been sidelined with a foot injury and was stuck on injured reserve, but now he's been fully cleared. He's practicing. I think he's limited practicing, or he was a limited practice participant on Wednesday, and Raheem Morris said he's in the mix to compete for a starting spot. Think about what that means. The offensive line, who has been recently been one of the most questioned units on this team, too many breakdowns in protection, too many moments where the quarterback is under pressure, too many times we don't have consistent run game. Added Norton back gives this mix of a flexibility and potential legit upgrade at tackle. And if he wins the starting job, or if he's healthy enough to get that starting job back, that strengthens the line immediately. Now, if he doesn't, you still have a few proven veterans, which is something that the Falcons honestly need to figure out. But it's a win-win either way. Now, the second piece of good news, and I would say probably the most important right now, quarterback Michael Penix Jr. is trending toward a return. Now, Penix missed Week 8 with a knee injury, and his absence was obvious. The offense lacked rhythm, lacked explosiveness, and just didn't look like itself without him under center, which I think could debacle the debate of Penix is not really that good, because I feel like Penix was masking and hiding a lot of things of this Atlanta Falcons offense. Now, on Wednesday, Penix returned to practice as a limited participant, and Raheem Morris sounded confident he could be ready to go on Sunday. Now, this is also huge. Getting your starting quarterback does stabilize this offense more, and if he lifts the entire locker room around him, we could see a different Atlanta Falcons team play on Sunday. Now, Penix has shown he can push the ball downfield, get the ball to Drake London and Kyle Pitts, and of course, things will open up for Bijan Robinson on the ground. His return just doesn't mean Atlanta has his QB1 back. It means this offense will get back to their identity, and Penix hopefully will activate this newfound Atlanta Falcon offense that Zach Robinson and Raheem Morris have been promising us since the beginning of the season. Now let's move to the defense for the third piece of good news. Jessie Bates III is looking closer to returning on Sunday. Now, if there's a player who's known to bring stability, that's Jessie Bates. He's been a big communicator, and he's been a leader on the defense. Now, he's been dealing with a knee injury and has missed time, but on Wednesday, he was back as a limited participant. Raheem Morris said Bates was moving much better, was able to handle individual drills, and the expectation is he'll continue ramping up into team as the week goes on. Now, why does this matter? Because when Bates is on the field, the defense at least knows what they're doing. He has the range to take away big plays over the top, but he's been playing in the box more recently and helping this team tackle and get the ball carrier on the ground. And with Bates back, the Falcons secondary instantly gets a confidence boost, and this could be very critical for a must-win game against the New England Patriots. And here's the best part. Those aren't only the positive updates. Multiple additional key players are inching closer to return. Darnell Mooney looks like he's going to be back at 100%. Zach Robinson talked about Darnell Mooney getting his legs under him finally from missing that whole entire training camp this year. Kyle Pitts Sr. looks like he's going to be moving great. And Drake London were all limited participants, but this is a huge step forward in the returns, and having this group trending up means that there's going to be more weapons for Michael Penix Jr. when he's ready to go. On top of that, 2 rookies who have been missed on defense finally practice again. Billy Bowman Jr. and Jalon Walker both have been sidelined for several weeks, but both were limited participants on Wednesday. And if they don't play this weekend, just having them back on that practice field is a good sign for the weeks ahead. Depth on defense is something that Atlanta has been struggling with recently, and their return could not be more important. Yes, not everything is perfect. Zach Harrison, Casey Washington, and Leonard Floyd all sat out Wednesday, so there are still some injuries to keep an eye on. But the big picture is the Falcons are getting healthier and healthier and healthier. And at the top of that list, Storm Norton, Michael Penix Jr., Jessie Bates, and who am I missing? Drake London are all anticipated to play on Sunday, which is huge news. So here's the bottom line. Headed into week 9, the Falcons are finally catching some breaks. They're getting stronger on the offensive line, but also getting their pass catchers back. They also could have their starting QB back and the leader of their defense, Jessie Bates, rocking and rolling. Now, that's a triple dose of good news and could be exactly what Atlanta needs to get right back on track. But now I want to hear from you. Which of these updates do you think will have the biggest impact on Sunday? Is it Norton stabilizing the offensive line, Penix returning to lead the offense, or Bates bringing his presence back in the secondary? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And if you enjoyed this video breakdown, do me a favor, hit the thumbs up, subscribe, and turn on post notifications. And like always, peace.